I have a very special guest, Veronica, who's the founder of Munster Cravings in Georgia. Woo, who doesn't love some snacks? She's going to join me on the virtual stage here at Care Sandwich in just a moment, right after we play this video. Welcome to Care Sandwich, the podcast where we dive into the success journeys of law firm owners across the country. I'm Margarita Everline, your host and the founder of Marketing Boss, a fractional chief marketing officer firm for law firms. On this show, we'll explore the challenges, strategies, and victories that have shaped law firms and how they wrap every interaction with care. Because we believe that caring isn't just a value, it's a strategy for success. So grab your favorite sandwich, sit back, and let's dig into a conversation filled with insight, inspiration, and of course, a lot of care. Welcome back to Care Sandwich. I am very excited about today's guest because right now we are entering the holiday season, gift giving, and one of my favorite things to receive in the mail, especially during this season, are yummy treats. Veronica, join me on the Care Sandwich podcast virtual stage.
Yes. Hi.
Welcome, welcome, welcome. So tell us about yourself. How did you get involved in making delicious snacks and turning it into a business?
Okay, so I'm Veronica. I own Munster Cravings based here in Atlanta, Georgia. And honestly, Margarita, I got into the world of sweets because I have a wicked sweet tooth and I love all things sweet, and cookies happens to be my favorite dessert. And I recognized a need for a better cookie in the Atlanta area, really just anywhere, honestly, and just started developing recipes and figured I was really good at it and it was in demand and built my business from there.
So what does a better cookie even mean? Like, tell us about that. What's better?
Okay, so I think for me, everyone taste is very subjective, but for me, a good cookie is not too thick. It's not like a scones, and it's not too thin. I don't like very thin cookies. I like them just right in the middle, the Goldilocks of cookies. Okay, with a crispier outer edge and a nice soft inside that's not underbaked, baked fully through, and just chocolatey and melty.
That sounds delicious. I'm getting hungry. I just realized I skipped lunch. Oops. So, quick question for you. When I think about your business, and I know you and I met at a legal event, so I know that you do some corporate stuff. I think about what a wonderful opportunity you have to make gifts a little sweeter for law firm owners during this holiday season. So, walk us through some of your best gift giving tips using sweets like yours.
Absolutely. So we have a lot of clients across the board, from corporate clients to just regular everyday walk-in clients. And for our corporate clients, they like to really customize their cookie deliveries for their customers or clients. And so we're able to customize whatever logo you want on the cookie packaging and just really make it very personable for anybody receiving, because we all like to know that we're thought of when we're being gifted something. And so cookies, I mean, you can't open a box of cookies and be mad.
Right. Well, unless you're on a diet. So walk us through how yours are healthy, because I know that's also one of the features that you took into account is the quality of the ingredients.
Yes, so we use premium ingredients. We do not take any shortcuts, no matter how high eggs were in the time where you could trade eggs for gold, it seemed. We do not compromise on quality of ingredients. You know, we do understand that, hey, we are an indulgent company, and you have to keep that in mind. You know, balance comes, you know, it's very important. A cookie in one hand and balance in the other. And so
Yeah.
we do take into account people's dietary restrictions, such as if they're dairy free or live a vegan lifestyle. So we do offer that as well.
So I love gift giving, and I also have a sweet tooth. And I think that when it comes to gift giving, especially in the legal space, it's nice to attach some sort of thought or strategy behind the gift.
Mhm.
So, for example, if I were to order a corporate gift giving like order from, with the cookie theme, I would want to come up with a way to like tie it to my business.
Mhm.
One example that I have done before is with candy, where I gave out chill pills to attorneys, and like it was literally like Mike and Ike's candy.
Mhm.
So have you had experiences like that where people get super creative with the way they tie their business to the cookie? I don't know. Like if I had a website company, I would probably give out cookies and tie it into like, website cookies or something. I don't know. I'm just
Yeah,
my
absolutely. I mean, I'm thinking, for example, if we're working with like let's say a makeup company, right? And they're maybe launching, we have an epic strawberry shortcake, and maybe they're launching a strawberry shortcake themed lip gloss, and so we can customize that and have strawberry shortcake cookies to go hand in hand with their launch of their strawberry shortcake theme lip gloss. So for sure.
That's nice. So do you do custom recipes or custom, like packaging or anything like that we should know about?
Yeah, we do. So we actually have over 60 different cookie flavors. You name it, we've probably done it. I mean, we can get very creative in the kitchen and make things into a cookie flavor that you're like, interesting, but we can do it, and so we really let the customers guide, and this is for specialty orders, not for our walk-in retail, but for specialty
Of
orders.
course.
We really allow that flexibility. If there's a flavor that matches the theme of what you're wanting, why say no if we know we can do it?
What about designs? Do you do custom designs or anything like that on the cookies?
Yeah, so we don't necessarily print on cookies or do anything on top of the cookie itself.
Hmm.
However, we can get very creative in the packaging where we can put the custom logo, any custom names that you want, anything of that nature. We can definitely go out all out custom and packaging, just not like on the cookie itself.
That's wonderful. And let's talk about entrepreneurship because you've had a very interesting journey. Walk us through what has it been like for you to build this business, scale this business? Walk us through that journey.
Sure. So, I started this whole journey of entrepreneurship very blindly. I just knew that I had something and I wanted to share it with the world. And so I would post it on Instagram and literally DM all the food bloggers in Atlanta and just, ask them, hey, try my cookies, try my cookies. If you don't like it, you don't have to post. And sure enough, everyone posted, and I would get customers from Instagram, and I would just meet random people offline, which growing up, they said never meet people from
On
online
the internet.
on the internet,
That's
and that's
funny.
exactly how I started my business is meeting people on the internet, sometimes in very sketch places. I thought I wanted to be one of those 24-hour cookie places. And so I would meet people like 2 a.m. at a gas station to
Stop
deliver.
it. I'm visualizing this. Like, what would you wear?
Yeah,
Like,
and sometimes I
like
would have my kids in tow, and it was a wild time where I think
savage. I
that was
love
probably
it.
very times, okay?
Yeah.
And so I opened, after doing that for about a year, I opened my first brick and mortar and regained stability and not meeting people online, and not in
Yeah.
that way at least. If they came from online, they came to see us and said we drove from X, Y, and Z to try your
Yeah.
cookies. But anyway, so we are now up to 3 locations, and we have a production facility. So we operate out of 4 different venues. And I've grown my business from just a solopreneur to a team of 20 and growing. So it's been quite the journey, and having a good team makes it that much easier to scale.
Of course. And that's true in your business, my business, the legal business. One of the things that I love about you is, your mindset. That caught my attention. You're a very positive thinker. Um, I think I saw in one of my notes, a quote that I actually like repeat a lot as well. And I don't even know where I got it. Maybe you can tell me, but it's something like everything that happens benefits me or something like that. And I was
Mhm.
like, oh my God, I say that. And I read it somewhere. It's not mine. Walk us through how does your mindset come into play when it comes to scaling your business, serving your customers, and doing things responsibly? Because it sounds like, that's something that's important to you too, using quality ingredients and,
Mhm.
customizing for the corporate gift giving and just being very detailed. Walk us through how does mindset come into play for you?
Oh, mindset is everything. It's a mindset game when it comes to entrepreneurship because every day you're met with challenges. And if you don't have the proper mindset to overcome those challenges, I do agree with you. And I do say that as well, that everything comes together to benefit me. Even the
That's
things
what it
that
was.
don't work out works out because it was not meant for me. And that is something that I take with me in everything that I do. If it's not meant for me, it worked out in my benefit. If it is for me, it worked out in my benefit. So it's a win-win every time, even when um from the outside looking in, it could seem like a loss. I don't think anything is a loss if it wasn't for me. And so I carry that with me, and it helps me navigate the hard times or that unhappy customer, because I have to know that maybe I am not for everybody. My price point is not for everybody, and that is okay. And just knowing that, helps navigate that world of entrepreneurship.
It's so funny, in the legal space, we have similar, I would say, obstacles to overcome, challenges, unpleasant experiences. Just yesterday, I was discussing some, sales training tips with an immigration firm in California, and that same comment was made. Like, some customers are just never going to be happy, and you have to know the difference between, like, when it's something where you can do something about it and something where you just have to let it go. That
Yeah.
person's just not for you. So I love that. It's so very well aligned with just fundamental things that you have to own in your mind as an entrepreneur, and I would even say as a human, but it's even more critical for entrepreneurs because you're right. It's like every day it's something. And if you don't have your mindset set on success, set on profitability, set on, joy, set on growth, set on what's next, it can get very easy to get derailed. So what's next for you, Veronica? You've scaled your business, it sounds like, beautifully. What's next for you in your business? What are some of your goals?
World domination.
Oh
On,
yeah.
I just want to continue spreading cookie joy and making everyone's day, a bite sweeter, because honestly, there's nothing like having something so good that invokes joy, that invokes memories and fellowship. And that's what, we really strive to do. Once I realized that yes, I am selling cookies, but I'm also selling an experience of joy and an experience of comfort. And so for me, it's taking that platform and multiplying it and bringing it to different areas that we don't currently serve. So I do want to further grow into distribution and have more retail locations via franchising. So that's the goal.
That's wonderful. So how can people support you, support your business and your plans of cookie world domination? Tell us how can they find you?
So we have Instagram at Munster Cravings _ATL, our website, munstercravings.com. And, I think the support can come from if you have any wholesale needs, if you have any holiday order needs, if you are just looking for another stream of income and want to be a franchise. The cookie spaces, the dessert space is just such a great space to be in.
Oh yeah, so I can have a line of boss cookies, of marketing boss cookies? Maybe. Let's see. Let's
Yes.
talk later. I
Oh, yeah.
love it. I love it. So there you have it, folks. Get a hold of Veronica and her team. Place your orders. Right now is the time. It's a holiday season. If you need ideas about how to make it fun, hit her up, hit me up. I love talking about all that stuff. And Veronica, I have one more question for you.
Yeah.
And I feel like I already know what you might answer. What is your favorite sandwich?
Okay. My favorite sandwich. So I am Haitian and I went to school in Haiti. And there was a sandwich that we would have all the time for lunch. And it was simple. It was a French bread with mayonnaise and ground beef and tomatoes and lettuce. And honestly, to this day, that is my favorite sandwich because it brings back so much joy and memories.
That is so cool. We have somebody from Haiti on our team. I'm going to ask her about that sandwich, see if we can
Yes.
hook us up.
Yes. I know her. Barbara.
Yes,
Yes.
Barbara.
Yes.
Yes, yes,
Yes.
yes.
Uh-huh.
Oh, that's awesome. Well,
Mhm.
Veronica, it's been a pleasure. For those of you that are tuning in live, place your orders now. Those of you that are catching this on the podcast platforms, hopefully you listen to this in time to place your orders. We will catch you next time on the next episode of Care Sandwich. Thank you so much for tuning in.
Yes. Thank you.
Thank you for joining us on this episode of Care Sandwich. Remember, the way we care for our clients, our teams, and ourselves can make all the difference in our success. Until next time, keep caring, keep growing, and I'll see you on the next